Hey, everybody. This is your daily dose of all things royal. Welcome back, my gorgeous, good looking friends. It's story time, courtesy of GPT. Out of curiosity, I wanted to see how AI was viewing the whole Harry and Meghan circus, specifically around the coronation, as well as the dynamics between Meghan and the royal family. My request, I asked it to write me a comedic essay with elements of Dave Chappelle humor about a narcissistic duchess named Meghan who is trying to ruin the king's coronation. I've also included her living with two invisible children named Prince Murchie, who is 4 years old, and Princess Lillibucks, who is 1 year old, in Montecito, California. I've also included that the family lives in a 16-bathroom mansion that resembles the Olive Garden restaurant, and her husband is a prince who is quite dumb to see his wife had married him for money and fame, and is technically about to leave him, allegedly, for broke because she hates his family and is jealous of his brother and his wife's perfect life. So, this is what the story that was written by this AI tool came back with. Now, please note that this is an AI language model and it is a work of fiction, so it's not meant to offend or target anybody. It's just a foundation that was used in inspiration to come up with this fictional story. It is a comedic piece and it uses exaggerated and satirical elements of humor. I gotta say, though, I'm pretty impressed with what it came back with. To accompany this story, I want to include an artist that's in the Megxit community, and her name is Cheetah. Many of you know who she is and have seen her work before. Such a talented artist, and the creative that she puts around these cartoons that she draws of Meghan and Harry will have you laughing in stitches. I hope she doesn't mind that I put some of these up here because I really do think more people should see it, and I hope that she puts these all into a book. Each drawing is so cleverly done that when you look at just the details alone in each of the photos, you realize that she understands the ridiculousness of this couple. But I'm definitely a fan. So, Cheetah, know that your work is appreciated. Get comfortable and let's get into story time. So, ready to spill the tea on the latest royal drama? Picture this: a narcissistic duchess named Meghan living in a mansion that looks like the Olive Garden with not one, but two invisible kids named Prince Murchie and Princess Lillibucks. Yeah, you heard that right. And to top it all off, her husband, the dumbest prince in the kingdom, is about to get left high and dry because Meghan's got some serious family envy going on. Buckle up, y'all. It's going to be a wild ride. Now, let's talk about Meghan, the Duchess of Delusion. This woman is living in a fantasy world where she's the queen of all things, and she's got a mansion that's got more bathrooms than a fancy restaurant. I'm talking 16 bathrooms, y'all. I mean, who needs that many bathrooms? Does she poop in a different bathroom every day of the week or what? But the real kicker here is her invisible kids, Prince Murchie, who is supposedly 4 years old, and Princess Lillibucks, who's just 1 year old, are apparently living with her in this Olive Garden-esque mansion. I don't know what kind of magic tricks Meghan's pulling, but invisible kids? Come on, girl. You're taking things to a whole new level of crazy. So, while Meghan's busy pretending to raise invisible children and spending her days soaking in the luxurious bathrooms of her mansion, her husband, the prince, is clueless as can be. This dude is so dumb, he probably thinks a royal flush is a fancy toilet. He's completely blinded by Meghan's beauty, and he can't see through her ulterior motives. She married him for money and fame, and now she's about to leave him high and dry because she's got a serious case of family envy. See, Meghan hates her husband's family with a passion. She's jealous of her brother in law and his wife's seemingly perfect life. They're out there living their best royal lives, and Meghan can't stand it. So, Meghan's got a serious case of fear of missing out on that royal lifestyle, and she is willing to do whatever it takes to ruin the king's coronation and try to steal the spotlight. But here's the thing: Megan's not exactly the brightest bulb in the chandelier. She comes up with some seriously ridiculous plans to ruin the coronation, and it's all just one big comedy of errors. She's tried everything from staging a fake protest outside the palace to starting ridiculous rumors about the king's health. I mean, this woman's got more schemes up her sleeve than a Bond villain, but she's failing miserably at every turn. And while Meghan's busy plotting her next royal takedown, her husband is still in the dark. He's too busy admiring her reflection in the mirror, combing her luscious locks and trying to look regal. Little does he know that his wife is planning to leave him high and dry once she gets what she wants. It's like a Shakespearean tragedy, but with more selfies and hashtags. But you know what they say, karma's a bitch, and it's about to bite Meghan in the royal rear. Her overinflated ego and obsession with fame are about to come crashing down, and she's gonna have to face the consequences of her ridiculous actions. I can't wait to see how this royal soap opera unfolds, y'all. It's going to be one for the history books. Now, let's talk about Meghan's invisible kids, Prince Murchie and Princess Lillibucks. I don't know what kind of Jedi mind tricks Meghan's been using, but apparently these kids are running around Montecito, California, causing all kinds of mischief and mayhem, and nobody can see them. I mean, forget the Emperor's new clothes. We're talking the invisible kids of Mana shit show now. Somebody call M. Night Shyamalan. We've got a blockbuster movie in the making. But back to Meghan's grand plan to ruin the coronation. This woman is pulling out all the stops. She's been spreading rumors left and right, trying to create drama and chaos, all because she's jealous of her brother in law and his wife's perfect life. I mean, this is some high school level drama right here. Megan's acting like she's still in the Mean Girls clique, trying to bring down the popular kids. Newsflash, Megan, you're not in high school anymore, girl. Time to put on your big girl pants and act like a grown up. But you know what's really ironic in this whole mess? Megan's hatred for her husband's family. I mean, this woman married into the royal family for fame and fortune, and now she's acting like she's too good for them. It's like winning the lottery and complaining that the money's too heavy to carry. Talk about biting the hand that feeds you, Megan. You've got a place to live in, jewels to wear, and servants at your beck and call, but you're still out here acting like a spoiled brat who didn't get the last cookie. So, as the king's coronation draws near, Meghan's antics are getting more desperate by the minute. She's running out of options, and her grand plan to ruin the coronation is crumbling faster than a stale scone. I mean, it's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, folks. You just can't look away. But here's the real kicker. Megan's about to get a taste of her own medicine. Turns out her husband has finally woke up from his Instagram induced stupor and realized that Megan's been playing him like a fiddle. He's figured out that she's been using him for money and fame, and he's had enough. He's done being the clueless prince, and he's ready to kick Megan and her invisible kids to the curb. So, as Megan's grand plan crumbles and her husband prepares to leave her broke and broken-hearted, the coronation goes down without a hitch. The king ascends to the throne, the people cheer, and the kingdom celebrates. Meanwhile, Megan is left in Montecito, California, in her Olive Garden-esque mansion, trying to figure out her next move. But Megan, being Megan, she's not going to go down without a fight. Oh no, she's got some tricks up her sleeve. She's been busy hatching a plan to make a dramatic exit from the royal family, complete with a tell all book, a reality TV show, and a sponsorship deal with a weight loss tea company. I mean, this woman's hustle game is strong. I'll give her that. So, she gathers her invisible kids, Prince Murchie and Princess Lillibucks, and heads off to New York City, where she sets up camp in a fancy penthouse suite. Despite having invisible kids, Duchess Meghan still treats them like they're real. She'll walk around the house carrying nothing but pretending to hold her invisible children, all the while talking to them like they're actually there. I mean, can you imagine being the nanny for these invisible kids? You'd be like, excuse me, Duchess, I can't find the prince and princess anywhere. And she'd be like, oh, they're right here in my arms. Can't you see them? And you'd be like, no, ma'am, I can't. because they're invisible. But you know what? I gotta give it to her. It takes some serious imagination to pretend that you have invisible kids. I mean, maybe she's onto something. Maybe invisible kids are the future. You don't have to feed them, clothe them, or even change their diapers. It's a win win situation. In all seriousness, though, in New York, she's got her ghostwriters on speed dial, ready to pen her juicy memoir about her misunderstood life as a duchess. And she's got a camera crew following her around, capturing her every move as she plots her revenge against the royal family. But here's the thing: Meghan's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. She's been so focused on her own delusions of grandeur that she's forgotten one crucial detail. The royal family has some tricks up their sleeves, too. They've got their own PR team, and they're not about to let Meghan tarnish their reputation without a fight. So they hit back with their own media blitz. The king himself goes on a primetime TV interview dishing out some juicy details about Meghan's diva like behavior, her extravagant spending sprees, and her ridiculous demands. I mean, it's like watching a real life version of Real Housewives of Montecito with the king serving up some serious tea. And just when Meghan thought things couldn't get any worse, her invisible kids start causing more trouble. Prince Murchie and Princess Lilbuck start getting into all sorts of shenanigans in New York City, causing chaos wherever they go. They're caught on camera stealing snacks from street vendors, prank calling the king, and even crashing a live TV interview with their mom. I mean, it's like watching Home Alone on steroids. But Meghan's not giving up without a fight. She goes on a social media rampage, posting cryptic messages, sharing conspiracy theories, and accusing the royal family of trying to silence her. She even starts a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for her Meghan's Revenge Fund, claiming she needs the money to fight against the royal oppression. She's got her followers and supporters rallying behind her, calling her a modern day civil rights activist, and even comparing her to Rosa Parks. I mean, talk about reaching for the stars. But the public's patience with Meghan is wearing thin. Her antics are getting more bizarre by the day, and even her most diehard fans are starting to question her sanity. She's spotted wandering the streets of New York City, wearing a tiara and a bathrobe, claiming she's the rightful queen of America. She starts staging bizarre stunts like attempting to break into Buckingham Palace with a water gun demanding to be let in as the true Duchess. I mean, it's like watching a train wreck in progress. But the royal family isn't taking any chances. They've hired the best lawyers, PR consultants, and crisis management teams money can buy. They're slamming Meghan's accusations as baseless, releasing old videos of her cozying up to the king's brother, and even leaking some embarrassing secrets about her past. I mean, it's like watching a legal version of Game of Thrones, with the royal family playing their own version of the Red Wedding. But Meghan's not backing down. She's determined to have her revenge no matter the cost. And just when it seems like Meghan's downward spiral can't get any worse, she receives a shocking letter from her invisible kid's school. It turns out Prince Murchie and Princess Lillibucks have been expelled for their unruly behavior. They've been caught spraying invisible graffiti on the walls, stealing invisible snacks from the cafeteria, and even sneaking into the teacher's lounge to raid the invisible cookie jar. I mean, it's like watching a preschool version of Ocean's 11. Meghan's world comes crashing down. She's lost her book deals, her reality TV show, her sponsorship deals, and now her kids are getting expelled. She's become a laughingstock in the media, with memes and jokes circulating about her everywhere. Even her most loyal supporters are starting to distance themselves, realizing that Meghan has gone off the deep end. But Meghan's not ready to throw in the towel just yet. She's determined to make one last desperate move to salvage her reputation and exact her revenge. She decides to crash the king's palace, wearing a sequin gown, a tiara, and a sash that reads Queen of America. She manages to sneak past security, but as she's about to make her grand entrance, she's stopped by the king himself. Enough is enough, Meghan, the king says, looking unimpressed. It's time to put an end to this madness. Guards, take her away. And Meghan, gets hauled off to the tower, never to be seen again. The end. It's kind of scary of what artificial intelligence can do as far as predictive analytics. This story does not sound so far fetched, believe it or not. And I think that we are definitely going to see some stuff come out of the coronation, some craziness, because, hey, we're talking about Meghan Markle. She has done some pretty stupid shit. And she does drawings and nailed the mental basket case that we know is Harry's wife. Anyhow, what do you guys think? Please leave your thoughts below. As always, I will be back with more content, but until then, please be safe and I will talk to you later. Bye.
I was such a fraud.